obscurical inside Credence.
Is it?
That's my theory.
Maybe what, he killed Thingy, Dumbledore, and then...
He killed the sister,
Yeah.
and then the obscurical from that went into Credence.
Well, once you've watched Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, in cinemas now, then you can tell us all about it.
In the comment section below.
In the future!
In the comment section.
Yeah. I don't know. Does anyone read that? Does anyone listen to it? Does anyone write in it?
I mean...
No. No!
I have some sort of optimism.
I could hear you, Clem Fandango. Even though I'm buried alive in a fucking coffin. Toast? Have you watched Disenchantment on Netflix?
Like, what? Oh, is that the animated?
That's the Matt Groening thing, because Matt Berry's in that.
Oh, okay.
As like the king.
It's a movie thing, is it? Or is it a series?
Season.
It's a series.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yes. At the moment. Yes. But then, we'll see. Yeah, welcome back to...
episode 20. Yeah, it is 20, isn't it?
Jesus Christ, we're barreling towards the end of our lives.
I know, right? We're literally two or three episodes away and we're at season 1 finish.
Oh no, this isn't season, this just goes on and on and on. Until
season
death.
Infinity.
Until the sun expands and the earth gets roasted. Because that's going to happen. Whether we live to that point as a species, we don't know.
Fuck knows.
Whether, get Trump next. Did we technically... We didn't technically kill Stan because we didn't talk about him.
No,
it wasn't like a Barry Chuckle incident. It wasn't like the great Barry Chuckle incident.
The Barry incident. The Barry.
Yeah.
No, I mean...
I miss Stan. But it's good because, like, when is it? 23rd today. So it's not long. It's like 2 weeks.
22nd.
It's like 2 weeks until Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That's the 10th.
Is it the 10th?
I think it's like 10th of December or something like that. It's that kind of date. I know there's a lot of films coming out in December. There's Aquaman. There's Creed 2. There's that. There's other things. I still need Robin Hood's out. I want to see how shit that is because Guy Ritchie is a fucknut.
Hashtag Guy Ritchie. I forgot about Robin Hood. I saw that advert. I thought it was some fucking Assassin's Creed shit.
Oh yeah, because I think it's got the same stunt choreographer from Assassin's.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was Assassin's fucking Creed or something.
I mean, it can't be much worse.
Medieval Japan shit.
Medieval Japan! But no, it's Guy Ritchie does Robin Hood. What are you searching for? Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the facts.
Get the facts and the figures. Someone's trying to be organised. Anyway,
The 12th.
12th.
Yeah, the
that's
12th
that's basically the 10th. So I was nearly
48 hours, but yeah, anyway. Yeah.
Like 2 weeks and like a couple of days, I don't know. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Anyway, episode 20 of No Bubble Podcast. Still here.
Thanks for sticking around, guys.
I like the fact that hopefully, if we're like hundreds of episodes down the line, we can just have an encyclopedic knowledge of our lives. Like we can be like, listen to when I was young and dumb. Now I'm old and depressed. And
listen to episode 11 where we killed Barry Chuckle.
Yeah. What was your favourite thing about Novo? We accidentally killed a man, but not in the way that you think.
Yeah, but not in the way you think.
No. The way you make me think.
What level is 30 fucking 7? You taking the piss?
Yeah, Darth Vader and Kylo Ren are full, and now I'm on Boba.
Who's Grievous? What level was Grievous?
Oh, I haven't used him. I've only unlocked him.
Ah, okay.
I'm going for them all.
Everyone's trying to be even. I'm like 10, 12, 10, 12.
I was doing that, and then I was like, why don't I just keep nuking them one by one and getting them up?
I suppose, yeah.
For those of you who can't see, which is all of you, unless you're hiding in my bedroom somewhere.
But if you've got a brain,
Star Wars Battlefront 2,
Grievous.
We talk about it a lot.
Uh-huh.
Did you see the trailer for the Genesis?
I sent it to you.
Oh, when?
Yeah. Well, like an hour ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched it this morning. I was like, oh my god, I wonder if I'm going to see
Thanks, pal. No. Yeah, no, I did see it. It looks cool.
How good does that look?
Brilliant.
General, I hope look like hello there is an emote, and I just
walked into the wall.
Because we didn't.
Yeah, but Genesis looks fucking great. Obi-Wan looks great. Episode 3.
Do you reckon there's an Alec Guinness appearance for Obi-Wan?
I think they would have said it. I think they would have said it. I thought they would have shown it off, maybe.
Well, maybe they don't have the rights to Alec Guinness. They have the rights to look like Ewan McGregor just because of Clone Wars, didn't they?
Yeah, but then where's episode 2? Long-haired Obi-Wan, if they're going to do that.
Oh yeah, I would have each version of Obi-Wan from the prequels.
Yeah. Episode 1 would be nice. Where's Qui-Gon saying it? Like, why isn't he in... Like, he's the only
Qui-Gon's not an
character
important
missing.
character, though.
Oh... Yeah, but he's the one that sort of teaches Obi-Wan. I know he ain't like one of the iconics, but
If
if
you
Star
see him,
Wars
you see him
fans,
for like you don't really see him teaching. You just see him like patience, and he gets killed off. That's because like Phantom Menace is but he's one of
until Clone Wars. But
yeah, exactly. He was expanded on, and plus he was just fucking badass in because Phantom Menace is essentially a prologue to the main to the prequel trilogy. Like if you watch. You could watch episode 2 and 3 and be fine.
True.
Like,
no, you very much can.
Like you don't need
episode 1
because Anakin's not a mainstay. George Lucas made the thing of this is Anakin's story. Trying to mirror Luke's, who went the other way and was good. Spoilers.
Yeah. Sorry, if you've lived under a rock.
If you've never seen anything ever, then I'm sorry.
Then you'll make me feel proud because there's loads of shit.
Exactly. And then, fuck off, Luke, you bastard. Because basically that's the whole thing. But then Anakin's a child, and the main people are Obi-Wan and Anakin's.
Anakin's greed.
Yeah, and Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan are like Phantom Menace, and it's like you don't get anything from the story that leads into episode 2, 3, or has effect on the greater universe of Star Wars.
Apart from Padme, or
Padme being in it, but then she's who's
one of the fucking two.
A lot older than Anakin, but then the same age
in Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones.
I mean, that's a bit of a Star Wars continuity fuck up worse than Fantastic Beasts. I mean, she's
Fantastic Beasts and where to fuck
she's
them?
say like fucking 26. Anakin's like a fucking 6-year-old boy who hasn't even.
I think you can. It's sort of like 18 and 12. I think you can sort of make.
She's 8. What, she was meant to be 18 in?
I think so.
Jesus.
Like you can sort of make that argument.
God, she looks old.
Just the fact that it's Natalie Portman. You're just like,
fine, I can accept it.
You're just like, no, Perry.
It wasn't a thing back then. If it was done today, it would be like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it was done in the 90s. Like it was.
Gave a shit.
They were all about paedophiles.
As Anakin summed up right there.
Yeah.
A paedophile from childhood.
Qui-Gon Jimmy Savile. No, but in all honesty, he was a bad man, and we do not condone his actions. And oh my god,
you've been not in the Sarlacc pit, but you've been.
I keep getting fucked up. I got like 12,000 on this earlier because I have one achievement left to get.
What achievement is it?
To reach level 50.
Is that it? You've done absolutely everything.
Yeah, I finished the defeating 25 hero ships last night. I had 2 to get, and I went on I was doing really shit because like hero ships are hard to kill.
They are.
But then I went like a streak of like 4 of them in one game, just because I learned that don't go for the small ones. Like so, just keep constantly reading who is in the one, like because it has a little symbol. Go up but you mainly have to target Slave 1 and the Millennium Falcon just because they're ones that you can distinguish from a crowd. Because especially like with Luke and Poe and that, they've got just
very
X-wings.
similar X-wings, yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard and they're quite manoeuvrable. Whereas at least the Falcon is slower. And so it's like Slave 1, but they've got the Darth Maul one that turns invisible and shit. So like sometimes you get lucky with them, just depending on how much health they've got when you reach them. But if you're going basically from full when you see them, Slave 1 and the Millennium Falcon are the easiest ones to kill.
Yeah.
And at least that's sort of like levelling up your ship will help. Fuck
I
off.
think you should bothered with Starship shit, because every time I search for a game, you cannot find a match.
Oh yeah, that's the main thing with Battlefront.
You just cannot find it.
You'll either get in straight away and then be in like the loop for ages, or it will take you like so long that it's like there's nothing. There's either everything or nothing.
Did you disconnect like about a month ago? Every time you came on the game, it said like you were offline for no reason.
Oh yeah, I think that was down to the update.
It was.
I did shit.
No, it was. It's been.
But
fine.
I did better than So basically, because I've got to get to level 50, that's why I've gone on Heroes vs Villains, just because I get more XP out of that
than in a normal game. Yeah.
In a normal game
and so I play
and Starfighter, because like really good. Like if I got a really good game on Starfighter, I'd get less than what I just got from. I just did fuck all then. I got like 16,000 earlier. I mean, I've already leveled up once.
Oh, you still got a bit to go then. I thought you were like level 48 or something. I thought you were like really close.
No, because I haven't been nuking the level because I've just been getting the achievements, which is hard when you're doing the other stuff. Like the dual proton torpedo kills on fucking bomber class. Especially when not all the maps have a bomber class available.
See.
That is a bit of stake.
God, I just need to go and do the achievements.
You do?
I do need to go and play the achievements. So what? It's 37 the level where you get
37 is where you've got everything. So then I'm on lows 25 and then I'm just going through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do it literally one by one. So I think most of my people are level 12 now.
I was going to do that because I got to a point where they were all level 5 and then we're just doing one by one, but then with the double XP is when I got Luke and Vader like full. So I was like, just carry on doing that because it's just more effective. Because then,
yeah, I suppose it is.
Getting a couple of times. So then once that reaches 37, then I'll move on to Han and then
because we're hard working bastards, we don't get the time to play it every fucking day. So.
No, that's the thing. I literally haven't played. Just in between work and that, I've just been trying to do that fucking hero achievement. It's because I went for this because before it was 50 on the other thing, but then it was 25. So at least you jump up 4% each time you kill one. It's just you know, like how it is, sometimes you get like a really shit game where you just can't. You change
into each hero and you think, oh, I'm going to be fine as this guy. You think, oh, I'm fine as this guy.
And you just sort of can't catch the break because you just can't get the kills. And you'd go through like 3 or 4 of them on Starfighter before killing one.
Yes, that's when I give up and go, nope, I'm going to watch them.
But then just purely for my fact that the angst of getting the achievement, just because it's already got progress, I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll do it. I won't like it and I won't enjoy the game anymore, but I'll do it. That's the reason, like, I will perfect games.
If any of you guys can relate to
stubbornness.
If any of you guys can relate to any particular games, leave it in the comments and we can tell you whether it.
Email us at nobarbercontact@gmail.com.
Instagram us.
What is like game perfection? Gamers out there, I got fucking killed.
Completionists.
Jesus, I got a 2-player kill streak by accident.
Hardcore completionists.
Yeah, like what is the main what's your first game you perfected? If you're into that, if you're not into perfecting them. Why? Is it just out of like you want to enjoy games?
You want to have a life. You want to have a life. I mean, relatable.
Yeah. There's games on my Xbox I know that you can't get anymore or play anymore.
No, they
that
can't.
Have some achievements that I'm never gonna perfect. Yeah, I'm never gonna fucking perfect, and that just annoys me. So because of that, I will just try and perfect them. Like I got Assassin's Creed on Games for Gold. This is gaming centric episode.
Oh no, right?
12 minutes. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Well, you haven't even watched it, so I can talk about it.
I mean, yeah, we're probably going to watch it tonight.
Yes.
I probably will watch it
tonight.
Fuck
you, Grievous.
As well as get some achievements on here.
No, if come on later, mate. I've just got to reach level 50. I can help. Oh, up the arse. Ow, Kylo, piss off.
Bitch.
He killed his own mother.
You know, if you press B, you've got that dodge roll effect thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, fuck that. I've got Assassin's Creed on Games for Gold, like the first one. And just purely because I've never perfected an Assassin's Creed game.
You wanted to get that one?
I want to do that now from the beginning. I want to do 1 and 2. I want to do the Ezio collection. I want to go back and finish, because you know when we had that sort of long thing of being on Black Flag.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when we tried connecting and we couldn't. And
I think if we had
we only played like once.
I think if we had a session where we did like over a couple of days.
We did a Black Flag. Yeah, I'm all up for that. I've even said to my other friends, they're like, "Oh, fuck that shit."
What I'm going to do after the Christmas period, because we're going to get into more videos, because budget
and games and
God, man, Christmas. Have you bought any yet?
Well, no. I've got people from work hassling me like, "Oh, we're out of ideas, Con. If you're off next week, let's do something."
How many presents have you got to get? Is it not a lot?
1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5.
That's all right.
I mean, small family. No offense, family.
That's a benefit, isn't it?
I guess it is.
Like, I know, like, it can be boring having a small family, but fucking hell, it comes in handy at Christmas.
Yeah, but that's the thing. No one fucking knows what they want. It's the other way around. They're useless.
That happens all the time, doesn't it? Like,
it's a case of, what do you want? There's nothing I want. No, why do I even buy?
Or when people say that you're awkward, it's like I'm quite easy. Like I even said the thing now, like
I've written down stuff, but I mean,
Yeah.
like,
I don't do like. Remember when you used to like, go through the uncle's catalogue and just like I want this. I want the interior of the TARDIS.
with me,
Like, George, you're 22 now. You can't have that. No, with me, like now it's like really easy because like I either want the boring mundane shit that I won't buy myself in everyday life, like underwear and deodorant and that. Like I don't mind getting that because that just stocks me up for like a year.
Yeah,
So that's good. Or like just
keep you maintained.
Like cause I'm easy. Like if you got me a Blu-ray of anything, I'd fucking I'd watch that.
Oh yeah.
I know I've got Twice Upon a Time in 4K. Like I know I've got that, and I'm so glad I didn't buy it myself. Then I said,
did you have it on Blu-ray before? Or,
no, I just didn't have it. I was waiting to see
who
what.
got you that?
I think my mum's got it for me.
Oh, I see.
She did that thing of don't buy yourself Twice Upon a Time. And I was like, oh, so I got that then.
Yeah.
But then also because obviously you know I am a still collecting the classics, unlike you,
I know,
you rascal.
So
I'm
not that I'm anywhere closer to finishing them, but yeah, or watching them.
Yeah, or watching them. I mean, you've got them all.
Yeah.
Well, all the ones that are available at the moment. Hurry up to entertain, you bastards.
You fucker up.
They're not in the room corner, it's fine. Imagine if your mum got you the Tom Baker one for Christmas. Would you cry?
I would, because I haven't told her about it.
I'm going to text your mother that I don't have a number, so I can't.
I'm going to text her that I don't have your number.
I'll add her on Facebook and say, get Connor this.
Yeah, please.
Funny if she got you the wrong version that was like Tom Baker Season 1 and it just messed up your OCD.
The American one, was like, no.
Tom Baker Season 1, god damn it.
Not the cheap one, the one that's very limited and deluxe and out of print. That's the one I want.
It's not out of print, it's just, you know.
Very not common.
Do you remember when they said that, like, they were going to do that was the limited edition cover and then they were going to do a standard edition?
Yeah, but what the hell's the standard? Is it going to be not in that design, but it's just going to be a case like the American one? It's just going to be a.
I think it just wouldn't have had the slip thing. It would have been more basic.
But yeah, I want it in that sort of style. I want it like as a book.
Yeah, because if you got the non-stand, like if you got the standard edition box on that one, and then the limited edition one on Peter, and they didn't match, that would irritate. That would annoy me more than like. I'd be like, I'm happy I've got it, but I'd rather not have it.
I mean, like, the only thing missing, you can take off like the little stand, like where it says season 12. That's a little stand, isn't it? It's like a steelbook.
Yeah, because I throw away all the cardboard things in my steelbook because like I've got the series 1, 2, 3, and 10, just because I basically know the episodes off by heart, and it doesn't. Really? You know, like on a steelbook, it doesn't really have. Like, it'll just have like the list of stuff and like sort of bits and pieces, and you're sort of like. You don't really need it, and plus it looks nicer. Like that was just plain. Hurry up and make the series 4 one.
Exactly, that's OCD.
I would,
1, 2, 3, and 10, and 9.
Oh, 9 I'll get off eBay like when I get paid.
They didn't do 8, did they?
No, they did a electronic thing where they clicked it and because it had the TARDIS diagram. It looked quite nice, but it was, you know, fuck it. Season for like I wouldn't mind just if they because I know they weren't going to do like all 10 series again. Oh,
eventually.
Shit.
Well, because they already did 5, 6, 7.
Well, they were all available on Blu-ray. I thought they were just going to do 1 to 4 anyway, just because like they upscaled them for that series 1 to 7, and I thought they just like would do a series 4, like just so you'd sort of, and then maybe the special, so you'd have like the Russell era and steelbooks. Like when you look at how much space I'm saving, and there's still the massive season 4.
I know. Jeez, that needs to go.
I need more room for my classics.
It needs to go. You just take out that one fucker and you'd have loads.
Oh yeah, because then all of them are like manageable.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they're all getting ruined because people keep dropping drinks in my room.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, you did it once and then I did it as well. And then like there's sort of...
What do you mean? Me? Drop drinks?
Like the first time
I'm not clumsy.
First time you were in here, you like punched a Lucozade into the ground.
That was a slight exaggeration.
Then I forgot to clean it off. So like some of them was I cleaned as much as I could, but then some of them were stuck together when I moved them, and then like that. So I've got like bits where the cardboard's like sort of come off, like, which isn't bad. Like I'll show you this one.
Yeah, so I fucked up your cardboard.
Oh, no, not that one. Like that one. You've got like that bit. So it's all sort of like it's not like massive. Like the season 7 one's got the worst.
That would bug me. The fucking like mad. That would bug me.
Yeah, that
crazy. Oh jeez. Oh no.
Which, if they re-release it, it's fine because it's Series 7, and plus it's like that anyway. So
good.
If it was just the normal case, then I would kill you.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't
because it's a cardboard sleeve. It's like,
it's good,
and it's on a little bit off the back of the 50th, like the tiniest bit. But then the steelbooks are fine. Because...
I thought it was more here. I didn't know it affected.
I didn't know it affected because that was the blast rate. Like it's out of the blast radius, but then
exactly the splash damage multiplied.
Connor, save me quick!
Oh,
I'm putting this back. I'm stuck. Fucking K9 and Company's in the way.
Your players OP.
Jesus.
Yeah. Generation Negative.
Oh Jesus Christ! That's yeah. What was you talking about? Yeah, Christmas present.
Yeah.
Like I had the thing like because when I was like, "What else do you want?" I was like, "You could just get me an Amazon voucher, and then I can use that to order more Doctor Who."
Yeah, I'm happy that I'm the same. Whether it's like HMV even or.
But then my mum's annoyed about the collection box sets. She's like, "So ones I bought you are pointless." I'm like, "No, because because obviously that season and then because where they're redoing them in Blu-ray, as some of you know, we know.
Yeah, I mean we're smart.
So like, if you've already got like Robot, Ark in Space, Genesis of the Daleks, Revenge of the Cybermen, and fucking hell, what was the other one?
Series 12. Robot, Ark, Sontaran Experiment.
Sontaran Experiment. I always forget that one.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would forget Robot probably.
Robot's quite boring. Then because I already had them, or apart from 2 of them, it's like, oh, so that was pointless getting them. It's like, no, because I don't think they're going to do all 26 seasons, so I highly doubt it. I'm still hanging on to the single ones just for future reference of like, if I get to the point where they're all on 26 box sets, then I'll be happy and then I'll sell them.
Yeah.
But I said, as long at the moment, while I only have one, there's no point me getting rid of them because I don't know if they're going to. And then obviously you told me that they were doing the PDFs and one, and I was like, oh, there is a future.
They're very quiet sense, though. Very quiet.
Yeah, that's what came out of nowhere. You just sort of went, oh yeah, they announced that, and I've pre-ordered it.
I was like, yeah. I got it with you. I've ordered it with you.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, that was episode. That was when Matt was still alive.
It was like that was like the end of the Matt era.
The Matt era. Matt was like Christopher Eccleston.
Absolutely fantastic.
Speaking. No, a bit moaning. Speaking of eras coming to an end, have you heard the rumour about Jodie Whittaker?
What, her leaving?
Yeah.
Potentially. And Chibnall.
Yeah, like... That's got to be a joke.
Well, I can't see it. They reckon, 3 seasons, 3 years, which is like, yeah, that's
every... Well, 3 years for a Doctor, and I imagine the average is probably, if you want to do it right, not you, Moffat, like 5 years for a showrunner you kind of want to do, because then it gives you the chance to potentially work with 2 Doctors.
Yeah.
And sort of actually have an era instead of like 2 seasons where it's going to be... I don't think that's real.
No,
I can't. Because I don't think Chibnall really wanted it. Because I know that there's stuff where he's like, he didn't really want it, but then Broadchurch and his work on that. But then he wouldn't have, if he didn't want it, he wouldn't have accepted it, you think?
No, yeah, he would have been like, hell no.
He would have been like, no, fuck you, I don't want the job.
Fuck you, BBC.
But yeah, no, he obviously took it for a reason, but maybe that's high up interference and that, because he only took it with the grounds that he wanted to make the Doctor a woman. Going to a Doctor Who tangent again. And I just don't imagine him. I feel like him from himself, he would want to do... I feel like he would do a Russell and he would leave when people wanted him to stay. I don't feel like he's going to do a Moffat and just keep being there.
Yeah, just for the sake of being there.
But then to be fair to Moffat, he wasn't allowed to leave. Because it was like he was meant to leave with Matt, and then they were like announced the new Doctor, and it was like, oh yeah, better find one, and then suddenly he was writing the stories for Capaldi.
Yes.
So he kind of almost got trapped in it, and then was never allowed to leave, and then...
Poor bastard.
I kind of...
Phil.
I kind of miss him.
Moffat.
I miss early Moffat. Early Moffat's my favourite. Moffat in Russell's era was nice. Like the best. And then it just slowly got... Even Series 5 and half of Series 6, Moffat's nice. But apart from that, it's like... Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
But then I feel like he was worn out because then working on Sherlock. Yeah. But I don't think Chibnall would be...
I think that's in 4K now. Going off slightly. That's a good...
That's also a good thing why I've never bought Sherlock.
Yeah, I've been debating it as well, and then
Yeah, my dad has them all because he loves it. I don't know if he still loves it now.
I watched the first couple series 1 on Netflix, and it was fucking brilliant.
Oh yeah, series
Fucking
1.
brilliant.
Series 1 is fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic.
And series 2, I think series 1 and 2 are the greatest. Like, there's some weak episodes in there. Like the Blind Banker, I don't like, just because it's too slow. But I like especially the early ones. And what the fuck was that YouTube account that did it? Like, that was like Sherlock sucks and here's why. Like that's. Have you seen it?
I've seen the thumbnail. I know. Yeah.
Have you watched the whole video?
I think I did.
That is great because it's true that it catered more to the fanboy audience of like being pretentious and a bit wanky, as opposed to like the early ones where they just solve crimes. Which is what Sherlock's for. Which is why series. I enjoy parts of series 3, but like not. I don't enjoy the whole of it. The end of series 3 when Mary's a spy and then shoots Sherlock and it's the Magnuson and all that fucking bollocks. Like, I don't like that because and then they keep teasing Moriarty like over and over again constantly.
They really. I thought he was introduced, or did they not do Moriarty? I thought they would have.
No, they did because they did Moriarty and then they killed him off. Like that's the series 2 finale. That's like the Reichenbach fall. That's great. Like some of the best television. But then it was also fucking 6 years ago, which explains why it was good. Because that's when Moffat. That's Moffat before the downfall. That's Moffat pre Asylum of the Daleks. Pre-writing that. That's when that happened. God, Asylum of the Daleks is just so misleading.
It's still alright though. I don't know.
It's alright. It's enjoyable. It's not.
It's the venom
it's
of
not.
Doctor.
It's not shite. It's enjoyable, but it's like every Dalek's going to be in it, except for the ones that just spin around in the background, don't actually do anything, and the ones that were in Wars from the classic.
Wars
are the new models.
Yeah,
that's annoying.
Stupid. It was you had the Hartnell ones, you had the Troughton ones, which they ain't really that fucking different apart from.
I think it was colour scheme,
black.
so yeah, and sort of like tiny little bits of the design, but apart from that, they're still.
I mean, they're mainly silver and blue, except it was black, silver and blue.
Well, that's one enough.
I should play like this at home.
It's just what was we talking about? Because we've gone on so many tangents. I don't remember what we started with. Chibnall.
Star Wars, didn't we? We were talking about that originally.
Then we talked about Christmas. Then we talked about Chibnall. Yeah, so I don't know how to round off this Sherlock bit. Yeah, it was great. I need
to get back to it.
What's the wedding one?
I won't say Abominable Wedding. I know it ain't fucking Abominable.
Sign of 3. That's it. Because then it's the cringy bit when they start doing the titles. All the signs are there. The signs of 3. And then it's like, oh, what a night. Boba Fett.
I want to be OP Vader.
No,
I want to see what fucking lightsaber throw is all about.
Okay, you can see that, and then you can switch to Boba.
You can choke.
And after that, you must be Boba, for level's sake. Yeah. Fucking Series 4 is annoying, because they even tease after the end of teasing Moriarty, where it's like, he was actually dead, which they spent the whole of the Christmas special doing. And then it's like, he's still dead. But then they tease him at the end of the credits, after the end of Series 4. It's like, stop. Like, I just want him to be dead. Like, either bring him back and shut up, or just fucking stop talking about him. Because he shot himself in the face.
Spoilers, but I mean, no.
So spoilers for 6-year-old TV. Have you not seen Reichenbach before?
No.
Where like Sherlock and Moriarty die.
No.
I mean, that's great. And then, because like the thing is, they kill him off because that's what happened in the novels. Like they kill off Sherlock, and then he comes back at the end. Before the end of the credits, like you see that he's still alive. Obviously, because they'd already confirmed Series 3. And then like you spend the whole of the time going, how did he do it? Like, how did he survive the fall? And then like the whole first episode of Series 3 is fan theories about the fall. And then Sherlock just never tells you because he doesn't care. Because
he just, he's back, bitches. That's it. Deal with it.
Just ignore him.
Wow.
But yeah. Yeah, school, Anakin. Yeah, anyway, Chibbers. I'd like to think that Whittaker wouldn't.
can't
I
bugger
think
off.
that's a fucking waste if they both leave next
Yeah,
year.
it'd be stupid.
Because I heard the rumour that if they don't find, because this is all, nothing has been confirmed. We have no idea at this point. But if they don't find replacement showrunner in early 2019, then the series will be split between 2019 and 2020.
No. Oh, we're going back to a fucking shitty split era.
I don't want split. I don't mind split over the year because that was good. Because I liked Series 6 because it felt like you had more Who, but it was the same. Because you had it come back on in April, be on for 7 weeks, and then you'd have a break, and you'd be like, oh, I mean, granted, you forgot about fucking everything that happened, but then by the time they come back, then you had it for like 6 weeks, and then it was fucking for you in the air. Then you had Christmas. Because Doctor Who just works at Easter, because it's sort of all light and happy. And Series 7 suffers because Part 1 and 2, Jesus, good, isn't it? Part 1 and 2 feel like completely different series.
Yeah.
And that's what annoys me, because there's different themes, there's different title sequences, different TARDISes, different companions, different costumes. I would have liked if you saw that as a journey through that change, rather than it just be and he's back at Christmas and he's got a completely different wardrobe and everything's changed and then the theme is different and now he's why is Clara a thing? Yeah. But yeah, I don't want a split season. I want Series 12 in 2019. I think if you hold off on the next series of this,
the momentum's gone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the whole point. Is they've gained a lot, even though people are saying, "Oh, the figures are going down." It's no, the figures will go down naturally from the premiere anyway, because there'll be people that jump on and jump off because those general fans are the ones that do it. They're the ones that are the deciders. But you can see, from Kerblam, the overnight went up from Demons of the Punjab, which I think is because it was more enjoyable, because I really didn't sort of connect with Demons of the Punjab because it felt like discount Rosa.
Yeah, but I don't know, something about Punjab. 5 was shit, 4 was shit, but Punjab was okay for me. I was expecting nothing.
Punjab was okay, but I expected more just because it felt more of the Rosa tone, but
Yeah, no, no one's perfect.
And with that kind of stuff, it's they're getting, it's sort of they've been feeling out what the show's going to be, because they've sort of trying to cover all bases.
It's still in,
and then you sort of need to come back as quick as you can with the second series. With returning monsters, you need to sort of then start raising everything. But if you leave it a year, if we have another gap year, I think you lose the momentum, because as good as gap years can be, they should only be used, I think, if you really need a break, which is why sort of the specials work, because you've got Doctor Who that not all of it was great in them special years. It's like Planet, technically Next Doctor's fun but a bit boring. Planet of the Dead is a lot of fun but has no stakes. What Was on Mars is fucking amazing.
That's the only real good one.
Yeah, and then End of Time Part 1 and 2, I think is better in hindsight. It's better when you get a chance to look back on it, because then you realise the Doctor being selfish is that Doctor's character trait, because he's a very selfish, and losing Martha, Rose, Donna in the way he is.
Thinking he's the last time.
Yeah, and having all that, while it seems bombastic and ridiculous at the time, it's very much his character beat and his arc, so it makes sense for him.
It is the end of his era, yeah, definitely. It was.
I enjoy Part 1 more than I enjoy Part 2 of End of Time. Yeah. I think the main thing I enjoy about End of Time Part 2 is the confrontation with the Time Lords, and also the regeneration scene.
Oh yeah, that regeneration.
And then there's bits in between, scattered through. Wilf is amazing over those 2 parts, and we've almost that's the thing we've got with Bradley Walsh, is Wilf in the TARDIS. That's what we wanted.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest missed opportunity.
Sweet Grandad. Yeah. And that's the sort of the nice gift. I think the Visiting the Companions is nice, especially for people like us that grew up with that era. From children, we grew up with all those characters, and then Russell wanted to leave them in a nice big bow, and those characters are done but can be used again if needed. But this is the end of this version of the story, and it was rounded off nicely and felt planned. Whereas Twice Upon a Time just made David Bradley sexist.
I know, and highly racist, and
God.
very inappropriate.
Inappropriate, yes.
Like a dirty old.
But yeah, but that sort of that break then allowed him to come. And obviously, it was a different production team, but it allowed that sort of break of it. Because when you get tired of it, instead of cancelling it, you want to just sort of have a break.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And have a Kit Kat, which Colin Baker sort of had to without option. Yeah. And then when it was coming back again, it was like, yeah, but this time Sylvester McCoy is replacing you.
You want to come back for a generation.
Yeah. That was great. But then Series 5, like, that was great for Series 5, like that break. And then I think Series 10 benefited a lot from having a break between Series 9 and 10.
Oh, yeah.
Well, which is different for you because you only watched it.
I literally watched it within like a night,
a
night's break. Yeah, no, but
I think you can imagine definitely. It's not hard for you to imagine like how much of a nice sort of gap that having between those two series are.
Would have been,
Because you've been a Doctor Who fan long enough to know how it works, Connor.
Roughly, yeah. I mean, I literally rushed. I go in and out of Doctor Who. That's the thing. Like, I'm an adult. I zone in and out of these things. I don't know if you've been like, did you watch it all and you didn't give up on it, or?
Oh no, like, I've watched it all when it's gone out. I haven't always enjoyed it. I haven't always been ecstatic about it. But there's sort of, and there'll be a lot of times when I won't watch it, which is, like with your favourite things, you don't want to. Like, you want to watch it all the time, but not watching it all the time is the thing that's better for you, because then, say if you watch like the same film over and over again, like every month or so, it gets to the point where it's like, it's boring now, like everything's gone.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Whereas like I like leaving sometimes even like a year of just like not watching it, like between series. Like I'll try and like have a refresher now and again. Like I did a bit of that before Series 10. Like I had a bit of a redo of the of New Who, not Classic, just because Classic takes too long, and I sort of I dip in and out Classic, like if I feel like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's sort of. Do you find it always when I think it's a couple of months before, like you get like
more excited for it, and that's when you want to watch it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it sort of picks up. Like before, the new episode come out, like before before Woman Who Come to Earth, before Woman Who Fell to Earth, before that happened, I was like you get sort of like, because of that, especially like when the hype's good, like it was harder over like the couple of years to sort of get like, I want to watch it all, because like you get to a point with New Who, like, especially where it's like, I have to get through the shit before it's fun.
Yeah, that was essentially me during like Series 8, and then I didn't know. I know Series 9 was bad, but that was like that was suicidal for me.
For me, that would have been the worst like time to first watch. Yeah, well, almost actually the best, because then you didn't sort of have to suffer for it.
Yeah, maybe, but like I don't know. I got close a couple times to ending the whole Doctor Who fandom.
Oh, like you get points where it's like it's not as good, because you have episodes in series that you watch anyway that are just like they're not as good, but you'll keep watching anyway just because you're a fan.
Not in Series 9, I won't.
No, I mean just in shows in general. Like there'll be bad episodes, but then you'll still. When the majority of it's good, you'll persevere. But it's hard when a season is.
I just cannot. Series 9, I cannot watch for fun. I'll watch that literally for continuity reasons.
Oh yeah, same with me. Like I'm at that point where it's like there's bits I like sprinkled throughout the Capaldi era, but there's so much shit you have to wade through to get to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That it's not fun to watch, and I genuinely will zone out. The question is
it worth it?
Well, to experience it all, like yes. But I think for me, the enjoyability of Doctor Who as a rewatch in the new sense is the Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe. Like at that point, you're on shaky ground.
Yeah, that was like
that's fun. Like that's for me. Like I don't particularly enjoy that episode. Excuse me, but that's my sister's favourite Christmas special, which is like it's fine. She's entitled to her opinion. For me. Like, a lot of people don't like it, but I really like A Christmas Carol. I think that's...
I did. I wasn't expecting nothing from that, because I think that was the episode which I thought that's when it goes downhill. Because Series 5 was basically flawless, and then Christmas Carol was like the mixed one. And that's when I was like,
I really like Series 5, because then it's like... Because for me, it was like, it's the first special... It's the first Christmas special when it's not David Tennant, so you're sort of
I know,
I don't know what to expect.
Yeah,
but then I learned from Matt Smith that, like, you can't really There's no one who can't do this. So I really enjoy that one. She really enjoys Doctor with the Wardrobe. I can enjoy it just as there's those episodes where you can just switch off and just watch, just enjoy it. Like you don't have to think about it. Because when you start thinking about it, it just pisses you off.
Yeah.
Like Cyril, fuck it, he's a twat.
Fucking.
But then the other kid's like really good, so it's like yin and yang.
Yeah.
Wait for her name. I was like, fucking, it'll come back to me in a minute.
No, fucking no.
Cyril.
Lily
Arwen. Cyril, Lily, and then it's got, because when you think about the dad, like, he followed me home until I said I'd marry him. Like, that's creepy. But I'm glad people can enjoy it.
Not in the context you're thinking, viewers. Yeah.
But the thing where you think about series, like, because one of the main things that sticks to me with like Series 6 and that thing moving on is like, I don't remember what episode of Confidential it was, but it's when Stephen Moffat's talking and saying like the Doctor's still in the lives of these people that really shouldn't still be here. They should have moved on with their lives, which is almost quite on the nose, because then they just stay. Like,
they never let go.
And they never sort of get like a good ending.
No.
Like, and especially with Series 7 Part 1, I think you either end them with Series 6 or you end them with the end of Series 7. You build towards that. You don't just like cut it off and then it's like, oh, dear Clara's loads of people. We haven't got enough time to talk about Clara for hours, have we?
No, I mean, we already did that a couple of weeks ago.
We've probably done it many times.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me on the
See, very recent.
Once I get to Doctor Widow and the Wardrobe, I'm sort of like this is fun, but I know there's more bad coming.
Yeah.
Like, because 7 Part 1, like we talked about it in our extensive review of the Moffat era, whatever episode it was.
Link in the description down below.
Yeah, you probably. I don't know. I can't be asked to find what episode that was.
The cliche YouTuber over here.
Like, it's good. There's a lot of fun, but there's also, it's the most mixed.
It is.
Like, there's good in there, and then there's terrible.
Yeah, I'd say Doctor Widow Wardrobe was like the last decent one, but as soon as I watched, not Asylum, it was the one after.
Dinosaurs on a Spaceship.
No, the one after.
Town Called Mercy.
That one.
I really enjoy A Town Called Mercy.
Nope.
But I don't enjoy it as much as I really enjoy Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, because that's just bonkers.
It was bonkers.
And I love Brian Williams.
Ron's dad. Yeah, Brian Williams.
How's
Ron's dad?
Rory, you're shaking the ladder. How's my side, Brian? That's great, Amy. Thank you, Brian. And then when like that sort of like, it's just so playfully stupid.
Yeah.
Like, but you could just like go like, yeah, I'm up for this. Like, it's
it's a day out with the Ponds.
It's it's like it's ridiculous, but I'm all about it. Like, it's fucking brilliant. And then it's like you sort of like up and down, like limp towards the end of the series. Then you get to the Day of the Doctor, which gets worse if you think about it, but is for event and spectacle, especially at the time. And even now, like, even if you watch that on its own, like, the pure scale of it and the size of the story, like, is great. And it's so enjoyable, and it is the closest I think we have to a proper Doctor Who movie.
Movie.
Because even the TV movie just feels like a long episode.
It really does.
I really enjoy the
dragged out episode.
I really enjoy the TV movie. Though.
Great movie.
Paul McGann's great.
Out.
Absolutely fantastic.
Best Doctor, definitely.
Oh, he's so like, I don't hate any of them. I think they are done disservice either by writing or some performances. Mainly, a lot of the time they're let down, especially in the 80s, by story.
Yes.
And quality of story.
Yes. Very much.
I don't think there's an 80s story that I haven't sort of fallen asleep with if I watch it late. Because you get those ones, didn't you? Like even with like the great ones like Caves of Androzani, like you get, because if you watch it all at once, especially like 12 o'clock at night, it's all like.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, Davison is like the only Doctor in my rewatch that I've not actually bothered to watch, apart from 5 Doctors.
I think there's a lot of I really enjoyed Davison. I get serious, like I said before, Davison vibes from Whittaker. But then she was very Tennant-y, but not like over the top Tennant-y this week. She was very sort of like stern and serious Tennant, which works, you know.
I sensed that in Punjab.
The dark side I sense in you.
Yeah, Punjab, I sense a huge Tennant.
Oh, mate. But yeah, because like Series 8, like Capaldi is the biggest struggle because he is the weakest of the new ones.
Definitely.
Not in performance, because I think what he's
give
given,
that man an Oscar.
Well, he had one in '99 for a short film.
I think for Doctor Who.
No,
and Malcolm fucking Tucker.
Malcolm Fuckety Bay. If we'd have got that version of, that's what everyone was expecting when it was Kabul. It's Malcolm Tucker in space. Like, I would so love that.
That would be fun.
If he'd have just been like, fucking Dalek bastards. Like, if he'd have been, because he was sort of like toys of being angry, but then he's 3 different versions of the character in all 3 series. Like, he's stern, serious, and then he's over the top, like fucking bohemian, like playing a guitar on a tank, and then he's old mellow professor. Like,
yeah,
they don't pick it and stick with it. Nope. It's like,
he changes
we'll do this, and this will get the fans in, and then this will happen, and this, and yes.
He changes gimmick, yeah.
It's just fucking. It's the least enjoyable one, but there's still, like with all of them. There's, no matter how shit they're perceived to be, they're still good in there. There's little juicy nuggets.
Oh yeah,
that's nice.
Just
like the speech nuggets. In Zygon Inversion. That's nice.
That's like a little baby nugget. That's like
I like
good 2-3 minutes.
I like Husbands of River Song just because it's like they let Peter have fun,
run loose. Yeah,
and they're like, why don't you be happy for once? Because he's nicer when he's happy, like when he's mellow, like fucking melancholy and grumpy.
Yeah, when he's Hartnell, he's a bit
fucking boring.
No, yeah.
We got on this tangent from Christmas presents. It's great, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm trying to remember the original thing, but what we can talk about with Christmas presents, sort of linking Christmas presents and Doctor Who, you aren't gonna have a Christmas special.
It's a New Year special.
That will still probably be festive.
Probably.
Which is confusing.
The Doctor will arrive in London. He'll be like, Happy Christmas, Yaz's family. And he'll be like, it's not Christmas.
But then the Sherlock Christmas special was on New Year's Day and was still a Christmas episode.
Well, God damn it.
Because I think you don't have to set the Christmas special at Christmas. Like, it can just be an episode that happens to be on at Christmas.
That was the Russell era. Every
it's Christmas.
Yeah, it was Christmas.
Like, when he makes the joke about how to follow up Voyage of the Down, it's like, instead of Kylie Minogue on the Titanic, you'd have fucking Cheryl Cole on the Hindenburg or something. Like, he makes sort of those kind of jokes. It's like,
yeah.
Because it was very sort of Christmassy in present day. But then I like how it's not really a thing in Next Doctor because they're in the past, and then it's like, that's nice. Because they say apparently it's because they've run out of ideas for Christmas, which I think.
I mean,
if you have to set it at Christmas, then and have a Christmassy themed villain, then I get that. But there's no reason why you can't just have an episode that happens to either be broadcast on Christmas Day or happens to be set at Christmas.
No.
Which, for all the stick that Twice Upon a Time gets, it sort of does that because it doesn't really happen at Christmas, and the reason it's snowy is because he's in the North Pole. Apart from that, Christmas isn't mentioned
at all. No.
Like, sort of, apart from the end when it's obviously the Christmas armistice, which was the sweetest sort of Christmas link that had been in a Christmas episode, because it's like, the Christmas armistice, when everyone for no reason at all just stopped
and helped and played football,
and it never happened again, like in any war, and that was sweet because that was just at the end, like apart from it being like, it's like, look, all you knew it was like it's World War One, and then it was they were at the North Pole, like that's all you really knew from the broad thing of it. So like, as much shit as that does to Hartnell's Doctor, like retroactively, then I don't hate it for that. I think that's quite good of it to do that, because obviously before with even Mysterio's not really
that
Christmassy.
No.
Like, you have the Doctor hanging from the thing, and it's like, I told my mum there was a old man outside wearing a red jacket. She said to let him in and give him cookies, and then he's like, what? And then he's like, it's Christmas. Like that. There's that, and then it's him following him being a superhero that's like all shades of shit, but is still like that's. I mean, say what you want about Moffat. In the end, he sort of figured out Christmas. He didn't execute it well at all, but he sort of knew where it was. That's the kind of thing you need. But when you're worn out with Russell doing Killer Christmas Trees, 2 years in a row.
And fish heads and
Fish heads and robot Santas and always having it on present day at Christmas. You're like, then I get that if you have to have those kind of elements in it.
Yeah.
But I still feel like you're going to set it. It's going to be around the festive season on New Year's Day anyway, because people will still have that. The only thing that annoys me is the fact that we've lost one of the biggest slots in television. Not we, because we don't work for them yet.
Unfortunately,
not yet.
Sponsor.
If you're listening, Chibbers,
please.
I'm gonna email you my phone number and get me in the BBC, because
We are contracts.
I've said a lot of clever things about Doctor Who in the past, which has made Connor lose his shit.
Very clever.
Indeed, you've said a lot of things. So I think we'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said a few things.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they were.
I mean, that sums it up right there. You said things, but not
links to the episodes below, if I can be asked. But that's the biggest general audience because everyone's in on Christmas. Like they might not all be at home, but like that was sort of like the mini tradition for me. For 13 years, it's like do that, and then the first time the TV goes on is about 6 o'clock when the Doctor Who special's on. Because most of the time, every few years, it's a regeneration episode anyway.
They really do, yeah.
And it's never going to be like an episode that's like amazing, like Vincent and the Doctor or Rosa or that kind of quality.
No.
It's never, because it's got to cater for a more general audience because everyone's at home. But it's such an opportunity to get so many viewers in because if you do that right, people might go, I'll give that a go next year.
Yeah, be like, yeah, why not?
Because that's sort of like between
Tennant and was shit.
Between Tennant and parts of Smith, because like my mum was a big David Tennant fan. She didn't really warm to Matt Smith at the beginning. That's sort of almost the only time she really saw his Doctor was at Christmas.
Yeah, so that's what I didn't until about a year ago.
Yeah,
I didn't.
And one of the Wayne one she liked with him was the Time of the Doctor, because he's sort of ending to that, which is a fucking banger. It's a messy story, but
it is.
But that kind of thing, it can get more of the general audience in if you do it right.
Yeah, definitely.
You're never going to have a fucking fantastic piece of television that's going to make you think and sort of... You're never going to get that on Christmas. It needs to be not dumber, it needs to be just more simple, more effective and just there for everyone, for mums and dads and kids and grandparents.
And babies.
But it is the biggest audience. Some of the highest rate, Christmas specials, some of the episodes with the highest viewing figures are Christmas specials and not just regeneration ones.
No.
Especially at the height of Tennant, you had I think Voyager, the Dam was
the highest.
One of the highest. It's insane.
Yeah.
I think losing that in the long run, we'll see whether it works out or not.
Yeah.
Because I get that he wants to cut
it's something different.
Like Moffat said, the only way to mask change is to change everything.
Yeah, it changes.
The Sunday thing's working. The tone's working now. The characters are really sort of come together as a team on their own. Whether it works, giving it not having that, because are you going to get as many viewers on New Year's Day?
Yeah. Has any show done New Year's Day? I mean, obviously, must have. But I
mean, Sherlock, that's it. Always broadcast on New Year's Day, but then that sort of became its thing. Anyway, that became everyone knew that every couple of years it would be on New Year's Day, so that's sort of why it got the figures it did.
Keep 13 pounds next week.
That's mental. Insane, Susan.
Can
it work, do you think?
Can it work? Probably, because it's Doctor Who. I'm just more annoyed. I can't stop thinking. When I've watched all the seasons, and I think to today, was it worth it? Because if I watched it normally, I would have just taken my time.
Just probably enjoyed it more, some of it.
Exactly. And then today,
it's nice to have that break.
I would have coped with how shit today is, because I'm not wowed over it in this era at all with this series. Jodie is not shit. No, but she has been very.
She hasn't felt
not
like
the same.
The Doctor.
It's not the same.
She hasn't felt like the Doctor to me all the time. Especially the first. I think, like you said before about the old, you can make the argument for post regeneration, and she's been very unsure of herself as a character, which she's sort of losing now. She's becoming more sure of herself, especially in Kerblam. She's not really sort of
Oh, I'm in the town. Like she's like a little girl.
Yeah, she's not wild. Yeah, well, they said it's very childlike, especially in the Rabbits, where she's like, "Oh, I guess I got to go now. And see you later." And I'll go for tea. Yes, that's amazing.
Yeah,
it's like a lot of it has felt like very sort of basic blank slate Doctor, but then it's sort of figuring its way through now, and I really did enjoy it. Should we just talk about Kerblam? Because we've gone on the Doctor Who tangent for like nearly half an hour.
Surprise me.
Which, to round off Christmas presents, buy them while you can. Black Friday tomorrow.
Yeah. But I mean, it has been Black Friday sales all week.
Oh yeah, because they do that now. Like Black Friday's never now on Black Friday on do it.
Oh yeah, never.
So you can just just hand me more points.
I mean, yeah, why not? I'll do all the work. Yeah, no. I mean, Black Friday isn't even Black Friday no more. It's like Black Friday week.
Black Friday, but yeah, it's Black. It's you can't really call it Black Week. That would
controversial.
Yeah, exactly.
Age-rated.
Mm-hmm.
Mature audiences.
Yes, children. Yes. I think the thing I was trying to say about Christmas presents that we were trying to get back to half an hour ago before we get on to Kerblam is that because I still have classics to buy. That's what I'll do. Like basically because I have so I know what ones I've got left to get. I basically have like a list of them. Because some of them are only like in certain box sets with certain things, which is a pain in the fucking arse.
Yeah,
and will probably only get worse as time goes on. Like trying to find if that's why I was waiting for Twice Upon a Time to see if because it said to be continued, so I was like maybe that'll be in the series 11.
Yeah,
but then I was like, but why would they have two different production areas? But then that's my own fault.
It's not actually in it, isn't it? Because I know you can pre-order it on Amazon and stuff. But they've not actually said it.
No. I don't think it is. I think that's just another fuck up on To Entertain. So why wouldn't you just include it in Series 10? Like wait a couple of months and then have Series 10.
The complete.
Yeah, because then you would have had Doctor Who, the Return of Doctor Mysterio and Twice Upon a Time. Just like in Series 9, you have Last Christmas and Husbands of the River Song.
Yeah.
But, anyway, let's stop moaning about because I basically said to my mum, John Pertwee ones, buy me some, please. I don't care what ones, because I've only got 9. Tom, I'm nearly done. Tom, I've got like I think 6 or 7.
Spearhead, Silurian. So you need Bastards of Death. You need Inferno. Have you not watched Inferno? Come on.
I've watched it. I've watched most of them, like the good ones. I've watched. I really don't. I like Inferno.
Have you seen Bastards of Death?
I think I have seen parts. I found that very boring. What I saw.
Yeah, that's the thing. Weak, but overrated that one. But still somewhat enjoyable.
Oh, I'll get them all because I'm just a massive nerd with money that I want to burn.
Mind of Evil.
Tom, I've got like series. This is probably happened so many times. Like I was talking about this, but I've got like series 13 and series 14, like stories from that, and then that's it for Tom. Because I literally like got to a point where I'll get to every so often, like because it is when they go down in price sometimes, and then I'll just be like, just buy a load of them. Or payday, I'll just get like the rest of a season, like I did that with season 17 or 18. No, 18, yeah, because I filled in the gaps between Full Circle, State of Decay, and the New Beginnings box set. Like, I've got like bits of that, so I'll do that mainly at Christmas, which is why I said like just Amazon voucher me, and I'll just get it myself.
Yep.
Because I'm like, we're sort of at that point where it's like we earn our own money, and anything we want, we'll sort of just buy as and when anyway.
Yes.
Like, especially for probably the same for you because you'll just get like now you're on the 4K train. You got like the you bought yourself the Spider-Man box set and stuff like that.
Latest pickup from HMV was a Lego Batman movie because I did want that really badly in the offer, and then just because I want to revisit it, not that I've watched it, Suicide Squad. I don't know why I bought Suicide Squad. I wanted
you got it on 4K.
Yeah,
that's fair
in
enough.
The offer, but I wanted Star Wars.
2 for 30.
But Star Wars, I want in a set. I can't just stand Last Jedi
stuff like
on
that,
its own. Bug me.
I've got a set of 1 to 6, and then I've got Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Solo, and Rogue One.
What, all on Blu-ray?
Yeah, like all on set. Well, I've got 4K for Solo and Last Jedi.
See, yeah, I don't know. Solo.
I think you've got to wait for those kind of things. You have to wait for it to end.
I really am.
Like
but I'm losing my shit.
I think that's the thing with ongoing stuff is like you have to get sort of singles. Instead of it's like the main thing I have with the James Bond thing is like they did the 50th box set on Blu-ray and DVD because they had them dotted about on things, especially with Blu-ray. They did. I've got it down there. I think it was the first time they started upscaling the James Bonds because it had 6 James Bond films on it. It had 3 from Sean Connery. I think he said Sean Pertwee. Sean Connery. Hello.
What's his Master Bruce?
Hello. Oh, Sean
Master
Pertwee.
Bruce.
Sean Pertwee's great. Have you seen Love, Wonder and Obey?
No, but have you seen Gotham?
I've seen, no, because I like my life. I've seen parts of it. I saw the beginning of the first.
Great.
No, it wasn't. It was so shit. It's probably good now. It's more.
Gotham I've seen from the. No,
Gotham's terrible.
No, it's not. It's not about Batman. That's what makes it great.
No, but then all the villains have come and gone by the time Batman comes about because they've all been through their evil cycles. So why would they exist again in that universe? They wouldn't. But now's not the time for Gotham.
Unbelievable. That's the biggest heel turn since fucking Big Show.
No, it's boring.
Every fucking week.
You had 3 from Sean Connery, you had 2 from Roger Moore, and then there was 1 Pierce Brosnan on it. I think the Pierce Brosnan one was Die Another Day, and that was
the original. I've seen it on Amazon. It's like 6 films, like you say. It's
I've
like
got it somewhere.
Oh, you actually got it?
Yeah.
It's in like a bluey box, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gold 007, yeah. Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Thunderball, For Your Eyes Only, Live and Let Die, and Die Another Day.
You say they're all upscales?
Well, they must be, because they're all the old ones. Because the newest one on there is from 2002. That's the only thing that box come loose. That bit. But then since then, I have all of the Pierce Brosnan and Daniel Craig ones on single Blu-ray, because they did for the 50 years with Skyfall, before Skyfall came out on home media release. They did the old Bond 50 box set, didn't they? Where they had it, which was really nice. Which was the Blu-ray one was book. Like I wanted that because it was nice, almost like the Regeneration box set. Like so, it was a big book. Like had all had the discs like in like the pages.
Yeah. And
then it had like a space for Skyfall, and it's like, oh, that's really nice. That's really cool. And then it's like, but then the films carry on afterwards because then Spectre comes out, and then they released that box set again. But then with Skyfall in it and a space for Spectre, and it's like, are they going to do?
They did, didn't they? I remember
in white.
I remember that.
In white with like just the black things of all of the Bonds from the gun barrel sequence. So like all of them at their shooting position.
Yes, I do remember that now. Yeah.
So that was annoying because then it's like, are they just going to keep releasing? Are you going to have to?
Are they going to keep calling it Bond 50 every time?
No, not Bond 50. It was just like the James Bond collection, and it was called, and then it was. Are they just going to keep doing that with every film?
Yeah, because they've done. Yeah, they have.
Whereas with something with Harry Potter, which is finished, linking it back to Crimes of Grindelwald at the beginning. At least you get all 8 of those films from start to finish. You can get them on DVD, which I've had, Blu-ray, which I've got, 4K, which I'll probably own when that drops because it's like 70 quid.
I know, but I think it's gone out of print. Like it's Amazon. Like the main page is like you can get 2 for like 120.
I've seen H&V.
Oh, great, cool. That's where I'm going to go for Christmas now. I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, H&V's got the complete Harry Potter 4K, which I will get, but that needs to drop down because I think it's like 78 quid.
Yeah,
something like that.
No, I'll get some H&V vouchers and then I'll go there and get it because I want it.
I've
owned Harry Potter on DVD for years, but I want the 4K.
I wore out my original DVD copy of Chamber of Secrets. Didn't really I had all the Harry Potters on DVD then apart from that one. Because then the disc just kept scratching because that's the one I remember watching the most. And then Deathly Hallows Part 1 I got, I think, for a Christmas. Must have been the Christmas that it came out on Blu-ray. Which was annoying. And then I got given, I think my dad got me the Harry Potter collection on DVD, and then the following year he got me it on Blu-ray.
Oh.
So that was good. So he upgraded me, like myself, which was good because then I just gave the DVD one to my sister.
Oh, it's easy. Nice.
Yeah. But then are they going to put, when Fantastic Beasts finishes,
the
whole Wizarding World box set with that in?
Like that will happen.
Like with Middle-earth. Because I've seen 4Ks of like Lord of the Rings. I'm waiting for that. Yeah, 4K of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Because as shit as The Hobbit is, it's all one story. So I've seen the Blu-rays of like, you have them singly, then you have all the extended cuts of Lord of the Rings.
I see it on Amazon every fucking day and I'm like...
Then the Hobbit one, like, are they going to do all the extended motion picture series of Middle Earth. Like, will they do that? Like, that's the kind, especially with TV shows like Game of Thrones. Like, when that comes out in 4K, I think I'll just wait for the whole.
Because I know they've done series 1 and then nothing else. I want that.
And I have all the seasons separately, which is just nice aesthetically having all of them, even though they all fucking change colour and size.
They do.
But not as much as Matt's collection when he rebought them all with all the things, and then they're all different. So they go from big to small to bigger to small, really tiny to massive.
Weird design.
For that, I would wait and then get season 1 to 8 when it's all finished on 4K.
Even stuff like Walking Dead, I want. I know that's not ending, but I want that on 4K at some point, like Breaking Bad. They got it on Netflix, but you can't get it on 4K. Which is a weird fact, but hey ho, that's what I do.
I remember them
saying it was coming out.
I remember them finally releasing it took them ages to release the Blu-ray box set, didn't
Netflix, the Netflix shows, you can get Daredevil on Amazon, Blu-ray, Jessica Jones, but not on 4K.
Yeah, but then it's all HDR on Netflix, so what the fuck?
A bit pointless, I know. You'd think they would bring them out.
At least you don't have to, what you're going to get the complete season 1 and 2 of Luke Cage, the complete correction.
Yeah, on the Blu-ray. Yeah, I've got it right on my fucking TV. In double the fucking quality.
Would they do
4 times the quality?
Would they do? Yeah, but it depends when that comes off to go on Disney Plus, or when the deals eventually end. Which is why
that's a question. Will the Disney app support 4K or not? That's another question. I hope so. It'd be nice.
That's the main reason. It's I will buy the Netflix Marvel shows and because eventually they will come off once they've ended, and then after a while they will come off, and then because a lot of the service stuff like that is rotation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I thought because they're Netflix originals, I thought they would stay on there because they're Netflix. But
I think they will, but then I think they'll sort of take them off sometimes, to add new stuff, and then to put it back on when there's more of a hankering for it, just to get viewing figures and subscriptions back up.
I see. Okay.
And then obviously with the whole Disney thing, it depends on how that contract works once they finish making them. Which is why we debated about whether Heroes for Hire was happening after they cancelled Luke Cage and Iron Fist, because then technically their deal with Netflix is done for those characters, so can they take them back? So that's the kind of thing I'm up with Netflix. I want to get them, but I kind of want to wait until I have to.
I want to have them, but I want to have them in 4K. But they're not bringing it out in 4K, which is bollocks, because that's why have they not done that? Not yet, though.
Will they?
That's weird.
We'll have to. That's the thing with those shows. At the moment, while I've got them, like you say, the ease of just I can click on the TV and watch them.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna waste space physically for them when digitally they're just there.
There's 4 times the picture quality. I know. It's the same with
games and stuff now.
It is
more downloaded just because. I've got 80 on my hard drive, just because I don't want that many. I don't need that many there when it's just you can do that, download it, especially with pre-orders. Then you don't have to go out and get it. It's just on that day it comes out, it will just download onto your thing for you. And then you don't have to keep changing discs. But in the future,
yeah, I know.
Well, I'm waiting for the Toast of London 4K complete Blu-ray box set.
Is that getting a Series 4, or did it end at 3?
Matt Berry came out and said near the beginning of the year that at some point in 2018 you'd see something to do with Toast of London. But then it wasn't said in what format. Maybe they say, imagine if it was a New Year's special.
Yeah.
Or a Christmas one. Yeah, it's they take, because Doctor Who's not on the BBC Channel 4, just storm it and they're Toast of London back for Christmas.
Oh, that would be
because they've done Friday night dinner ones.
I
think they've only done one. I think, you'd like that. They've only done one of that, and the good thing about that show is that takes regular sort of it's normally 2 years a series, but because it's only 6 episodes, then it's just a higher output of quality. So by the time it comes back, there's never really there's episodes you'll enjoy less than others, but they're all a hell of a lot of fun. Friday night dinner. I'd love a toast. I want Toast of London back. I feel like we need that after a shit year.
So you want a Friday night dinner of toast?
I want Friday night toast.
A Friday night dinner of toast.
Friday night
with toast.
Friday night toast. Dun, dun, dun. Toast of London is just so enjoyable. It's one of the few shows I will go back and regularly rewatch.
I showed my nan it today and she's like, no, that's not my cup of tea. She's like, no, there's no chance of watching that. I'm like, really? Come on. I showed...
That seems like a general thing because that's not overtly like rude or anything, is it?
No, it's just stupid.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just
a-
Matt Berry being himself.
It's a voice that. So I told her, I said, "Do you know Matt Berry?" She said, "No," but I said, "It's a radio host on Absolute Radio."
Did you tell her about the IT crowd?
Oh, no, I think we watched that. We did watch it and we both didn't like it.
Oh.
We were like, "Meh."
Oh, I love that.
I have to give it another chance.
I think you should. I didn't give it another chance. I just rewatched it after years. IT crowd. I did the same thing with Peep Show, and just like, I remember when life was this simple. When Channel 4 was like great, and you didn't have to watch Netflix because it didn't exist.
No.
God. Streaming services. What have they done?
Absolutely everything.
Well, they've done good and bad, but people would argue more bad for television in terms of binge watching and the way you make shows to be consumed. Because if they're all getting watched in a day, are you going to put as much
thought and effort into them?
Thought and like through line storytelling.
Exactly.
Whereas it's like they're going to be like 3 episodes down the line, like the same night. Whereas normally you'd conventionally make it of like this is going to be a week by week or a day by day.
They'll make every episode 3 parts, but it'll be like, come watch part 1 at 5 o'clock, and then 6 o'clock. Be like, oh no, episode 2 is available to download now. And then
like, imagine if that was the thing. Like imagine if EastEnders had like 3 or 4 episodes on a night.
And it would be a case of, oh look, come watch us in like 5 minutes, and you'll find part 2. And as opposed to watching it every week. And I don't see it would work. It can't work.
Yeah, it's true. I think we have a lot to say about streaming services down the line.
Yeah, Disney.
It depends. I think once we get the prices for the different packages of Disney Plus is when I'll decide if I'm having it. Mainly because all the Disney stuff I want to watch, I've normally got.
Yeah.
Like especially when it comes to like their other properties, like Marvel and that, I'm going to own.
The thing is that their way? Just change the subject slightly. I know. Did you know that Lion King you can get in 4K randomly?
What the original random
Lion
one,
King.
the original Lion King,
the animated. The random original one. No, the 90s animated, the childhood classic. You can get in 4K now.
And I imagine all the live action remakes are going to be in 4K.
What I was going to say.
That's confusing. So is there no other classic
Disney's in 4K?
Classic
Not that I know of. Nope.
Because that's not even like classic. So I get sort of why, but then it's animation, so. Surely it's not as hard as upscaling from actual like
live
film.
action. Yeah.
And, like, that.
Your question's exactly. Your fault's exactly, George.
No,
But no, what I was going to say was, is Disney Plus's way, or whatever the app's called, if it does support 4K, is that their way of making 4K films happen? Like, are they going to suddenly
and then like
4K and then release them afterwards?
Yeah, because then they're on that quality on their streaming service. Maybe that might be it.
And then
you might have cracked it.
And then streaming services. Last week, randomly, I'm subscribed to Marvel Unlimited, comic-only subscription.
You mentioned that in the Stan Lee tribute last week.
Yes, I did. But DC don't have one, which...
I thought DC did. I thought DC didn't know it.
But they do. But only in America as of now.
I swear there is a DC one.
You pay for a comic subscription, but it's also its own app, its own subscription service. It's like Titans is on there. All the new DC TV productions are going to be on there. It's basically like your DC Netflix, but you also get your comics on there as well, which is a nice, appealing combo. But then I thought, right, I'm going to sign up for this. I'm going to download the DC app on Google Play Store.
Yeah.
But then it's not it. It's just a general news app. But then at some point next year, we'll get it over here. But it's out in America. It came out, I think, September. But basically, it's a comic thing. So it's like every fucking comic ever. Because I read it and looked at it, it was like, wow. But then you get your Netflix of DC stuff.
Yeah.
But it includes everything DC related, whether it is the old Batman films, the Superman films, the Flash TV series from the 90s, the DC animated universe, if you know about the Batman animated series, Batman Beyond, Justice League, Superman, all of that shit's on there. Arrow, Flash, it has everything DC. Yeah, it's not available for us over here, and if it was, I'd probably look at that shit straight away. But it's not available. And
until they're sure that stuff's going to make money, they're not going to
do it.
Roll it out everywhere, are they?
Not yet, no. I was like, it's only just come out like a couple months ago, but I just thought, why not do it a worldwide release and just see how it fares?
Yeah. But then maybe that just might be cost effectiveness of how they do it. We shall see.
But it's a subscription app and a comic app, so I mean, it's a nice little combo. Because like obviously Marvel's app is going to be the Disney app. But DC have gone, fuck it, we're going to do both, bitches. We're going to
do it all. We're gonna do it.
Not appealing, you know. Like, I mean, good idea, but why the fuck can't we access it, DC?
Why the
What's
fuck
up
not?
with that? What's up with that, DC? Please,
What is up
Please.
with all this stuff?
send us a message in our DMs individually. Link in the description. Or
Slide
do it in
in.
the comment section. Some
I'll check-
representative from
I'm
DC
gonna-
ask us
I'm
why.
gonna check the emails, see if we actually have any.
Does Snapchat even?
Yeah, Snapchat us.
Do something with us, please.
At Connoressa. You don't even have a Snapchat yet, do you?
Casey, I do.
Do you?
I actually do.
Did you add me on it?
I don't think I did. I don't know.
I think you might have.
Did I? I can't remember. I don't use it. I literally don't
Is
use
it just to have the name?
It just have a name.
Just have the name. So
another
it's
name.
mine.
Yeah, no, I have it. I was on there today. I didn't do anything on there. I literally read it today. And someone random added me, but I don't think you're on there.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah.
We've waffled on again. Should we actually talk about Kerblam? Well, shall I talk to you about Kerblam?
Yeah, please.
Did you watch Children in Need?
Ever?
No, like the one just gone. Like, not ever. Like, did you see the preview from Children in Need?
No. I know it's a robot. All I've seen is like a purple robot. It reminds me of like Robots of Death and The Weakest Link.
Death, and then like there's some serious Seventh Doctor vibes, and there's
Yeah, you get Greatest Show in the Galaxy or something. Yeah. That's all I know. Just a robot.
no, it's not. It's basically we thought it was going to be, satire about outer space Amazon, but actually, it sort of wasn't all that. Like, it wasn't all about that. It was so basically, the episode starts with the Doctor gets a parcel delivered by the Kerblam Man, one of the robots.
The Kerblam Man.
Yeah. Oh, it's the Kerblam Man. I love the Kerblam Man. And then so she gets a delivery. I don't remember ordering anything. Must have been a while back. And the package is a fez, previously worn by Paul McGann.
Paul McGann.
I'm joking. Of course, it's previously worn by Maticus
Matthew
Snificus.
Berry.
Matt Prince Philip from the Crown Smith.
Yeah. Yes.
It was here, so obviously from him. So that's a nice little
nod.
There
There
is a David Tennant Series 4 reference in there as well. Not in that bit. There's one later on.
That'd be fucking gorgeous if there was. It'd be like, yes, look, I remember when I wore silly fez, and then no, look, I remember when I was Scottish.
there was
not white old man.
There was a sort of reference like that, which we'll get to. Yeah, so basically, and then on the sort of invoice that you get in parcels, on the back it says help. It says help me, sort of like charred on, like printed on. And so then they go to Kerblam, which is the company on its own. Yeah, the company, but the company takes up the whole. I think it's the moon of a nearby system, and 10% of the workforce are humans. And it's like, oh, they're going to make jokes or poke fun at companies with automated workforce and like how badly they're treated. Like the staff they have are on like however many hours and not getting paid. But
I see, yeah.
So it's all sort of set up for that, but it's not really, doesn't really pay off like that, which is both good and bad. But then we have to get to that later. And they go in, and she uses the psychic paper to get him into the
nice.
She talks to I forgot. I don't remember
the psychic paper hasn't been seen before with Whittaker, hasn't it? Or has she used it before?
I don't. It may have, but I don't remember it being prominent.
No, exactly. No.
I know this is the first page because she's like give it like that, and then it turns out you're relatives of the person of so and so, and she goes, oh yeah, really, like does that sort of Tennant Smith like Eccleston thing. Where it's like, oh really? I asked her not to say. It's kind of embarrassing. So that's kind of like so while she distracts with the psychic paper, she uses her sonic to put their names on the electronic clipboard. I forget the actress's name, but she was in Coronation Street. And
nobody then, a bitch.
No,
Jabroni.
No, really good. Like, she played Hayley, and she was in.
Coronation Street.
No, she's shit, but she's a lovely lady and a nice, and she was in Broadchurch series 3 as
Oh, yeah, she's all right then.
the woman, I don't remember what the woman who got raped's name was, but she was her. She was fantastic in that. That was when Broadchurch got good again. Yeah, Chip is using a lot of the people his friends have always worked with.
I mean, you would. I mean, that's kind of
when's
normal.
David Tennant coming back?
Confirmed.
Olivia Colman as the 14th Doctor.
Salty.
Oozing sauce, but yeah. So then they all get assigned job roles because they fake their way into being on the roll, and they all get different anklets with different colours for different sections.
That's
and
alright.
And the workforce, like managers, are robots. They're not like the Kerblam, they're like the Kerblam man, but like different. So they've got like high vises and hard hats on, and they're just like.
I've seen the
there's
robot
some great story. Like it's a great not story. There's some great fucking dialogue in there. So some funny shit. And she learns that obviously different coloured anklets mean you do different places. So she swaps with Graham,
right,
so that she can be in packing to check the slips that go in, the invoice slips, because that's where the help me was printed. So thinking that someone must have put it on there and then sent it out, looking for either her or someone else, just for a general distress signal. And so she works with Graham, and it's like, and Yaz is sent to take inventory in the warehouse, and the Doctor and Ryan are in packing. And then Graham's like, well, what about me? And he gets sent to be the janitor.
Okay, of course.
He would have been in packing, but he swapped with
Jodie. Yeah.
So he meets, he goes down, meets Charlie, who's the other guy who works there, does all the systems. The Doctor and Ryan meet Kira, I think her name is, a nice, sweet girl. You think, are you gonna last? Nice. Are you gonna last? Like she's very sort of naive and sort of like doesn't sort of research like when I think about how happy people are going to be when they open their Kerblam parcel, because I remember like when I received my one and only one. And
that parcel inspired me to become a Kerblam worker.
Well, no, because like the whole point is that half of the galaxy doesn't have jobs because of the regulations set up by not by the system but by the corporation, like having only 10% of the staff be actual people.
I see. Okay.
Lee Mack is friends with.
He does sound like another deep not politically correct.
I think
it does sound like another deep episode.
It's got like underlays of sort of like messages about like
people,
like big corporations, Amazon-wise, which would have been easy to go after, just like
just
how they've sort of like autonomized everything. But then there's bits under that, which because there's more.
There's deeper layers. There's deeper layers.
And the thing is, it's deep, but it's not like it's really fun and enjoyable. This one
is it light-hearted?
It's quite light-hearted. There is some dark stuff in it. It makes Bubble Wrap evil again, but we'll get to that.
Oh, brilliant! Yay!
So
I've always wanted Bubble Wrap to become relevant.
The Doctor and Ryan, obviously, like they start getting to know Kira and that, and learning more about the system. And learning that the tickets are printed off automatically, so there's not actually anyone who writes them. So then it's like, is it someone higher up? Is it is it a bug in the system? Like, because they see that there's a lot of bugs in the system. There's where Yaz is with Lee Mack's character Dan, who basically they scan the item and then send it up to packing, and have to find it. She gets one from a section on. Well, like there's a lot of exposition from Lee Mack, but he's still very funny and very sort of genuine. How like the last person who went down there to get something from that section went missing and never saw him again. So he takes her scanner, so she doesn't. He's like, I don't want that happening to you on your first day.
I see.
And so he goes down there and he's victim number one.
What a nice person.
Where he sees turns the corner and sees the thing about the Kerblam robots is they're very creepy when they're but also quite open, because they're meant to be open and friendly.
So are the robots behind it? Like they're basically evil robots?
No, there's the robots. Some robots are made evil by
the corporation,
the system. But there is someone behind that, which I'll get into. It was me.
The nice girl at the beginning.
Yeah, it was all her. No,
I was like, was it?
And there's a funny bit with Graham when he gets the safety protocol read out by all of the safety notes is read out by one of the droids, It's like rule number 100 and something thing. Don't drink the bleach. And
Okay.
Bradley Walsh is like, I think I've got this now, lads. And then like he gets to know Charlie, and that Charlie knows all the stuff like around there. And it turns out they have a break room, which is like basically a picnic area at a park. It's like their break room. It's like a big like warehouse thing, but then like it's massive. It's like a recreational room or whatever it is. And so they go in for a break and say what they've learnt about, like what they've found out from working on their different bits. Obviously, Ryan talks about where he's mentioned his warehouse job before, and his dyspraxia comes back up again.
Ryan Sinclair, yeah.
He doesn't quite Ryan Sinclair, but he does sort of like keep going on about, you know, he has problems in that, which is fine in like laying it over to the new characters, but then with us, we already know that.
Yes.
We've been there for seven bloody weeks, just embedded in our brains.
Oh, what's the word? It's exposition, like over again. Yeah.
And so with that, and it turns out that Charlie fancies Kira, and they haven't said anything, and it's like, oh, is that gonna, work out? Because are they gonna survive it? And then there's a bit when the Doctor, Ryan, and Yaz, they sort of like scout round after hours and like go to hide, because they go to the office high up, and there's a executive, not like big boss, but like one of the managers with the woman from Corrie who's the head of people, because she has suspicions that it's one of them behind it, like that's the one that's trying to ruin it, and there's people in the company trying to sort of overthrow and like get help. Get help, my brother, he's dying. Get help. We're not doing get help. And so the references, they're talking about something, and then someone says something about wasps. And then Jodie goes, speaking about wasps, did I ever say about the time I met Agatha Christie? And then, because like she's been like, she does that sort of thing where she like interchanges between talking about like what they need to do for the story, and giving sort of like what is that thing? Anecdotes about like the past, and like because they hide out in one of the cupboard things. It's not really covered. There's like a bit of wall that has like a movable bit, so they get in there, and then obviously you get the impression that she's just passing the time until close when they can go in, like sneak back into the office and find stuff. By just saying anecdotes, and like as she closes the, I haven't said about the time I met Agatha Christie. It's like, that's nice. You're getting sort of more backward references. Yeah, and that's why it sort of felt very Russell-y, very early Moffat. That it's like little shout outs that were nice.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
You get those kind of things like the Fez. You get that, and so they go in there. They start looking through the files, and they make the point of, if everything's automated, why is there a filing cabinet with paper?
True, yeah.
Which is a very good point. Yeah. And it turns out that there are logs of missing persons, like people that are still on the system, because where they're wearing the anklets, according to the head of people, the anklets are still active, so she has no reason to believe they've gone missing or aren't working for them, because they're still on there.
Yeah.
And it turns out the senior manager guy that's above her has been keeping these records. And they think, it's him, but it's not him. And it's not him.
Who the fuck is it?
Because he said he didn't know who he could trust, because of how much the system is automated.
It sounds like a right old murder mystery. It's like, it's
a bit of that,
but
it's more fun sci-fi. But then I think on a rewatch, you get sort of, there are the signs there for who it actually is, and so the guy was writing it on. He said he had to write on analog so that he had like physical proof. And obviously not knowing who he could trust, like what parts of the system or the people in the system were doing it, because he suspects it's the Doctor and Co, because they just come out of nowhere and thinks it's So it's all sort of like, I thought it was you, that kind of thing. But it's not. But then they carry on. They're still like looking through, and then Kira gets taken to the distribution, so where they make a point of no one's allowed, there's not even a way down there, because that's all the machines. So basically after packing, they go on the conveyor belt, which the Doctor asks, can you ride on the conveyor belts? And like, no, you get sacked for that. And she goes, and then so they go down that, but there is a chase, like there's a little chase bit on the conveyor belts, which is stupid. So then the
Yeah,
parcels get sent down on the conveyor to distribution, so the robots then teleport to the location and they open it. But they take Kira because they figure out that the person who did it was Charlie.
No fucking way! Really?
Yeah,
I thought he died!
No, the person that Graham was working with, so because he knows the system, because he's like a janitor, he's been doing it because of all the lack of, like, because of the 10% of people, like, he's like trying to prove that there's something wrong with automated system.
Good.
So that then more people get jobs, but he's gone about it the wrong way, and his plan is to, so like they find their way down to Kira, because they find out she's been sent down to that level, and Ryan takes Yaz with him and Charlie, and they like have it's a bit more sort of like getting to know each other and bonding and that, and then they ride down the conveyors in some terrible green screen footage.
Terrible.
Because it's them just sort of doing the arm shaking, sort of like, whoa, whoa.
Oh, is it?
And then there's a bit when they like make it, because there's loads. It's almost like sort of like that scene from Toy Story 3, not Toy Story 3, Toy Story 2, when they're in the airport in the conveyor belts, mixed with the vastness of all the doors in Monsters Inc. That sort of thing. So there's like the thing that it's meant to be millions upon millions of packages and that, and then they're on it, and then they get through it and make it down. Like they're on this one and they're like, oh my god, we live. And then Ryan high fives Charlie. Goes, what, Charlie? Yeah, high fives, and then Charlie falls off the conveyor belt onto a lower one. And then like there's the whole thing, we got to jump, and he's like, I can't do it because I'm dyspraxic. Well, he doesn't say it, just like, I'm not going to make it. And then like they do it, and it's all sort of cringy and jaggedy and like pant and shit.
Yeah.
They make it down. They find that Kira's been put in a room with a box. Like she's been given a gift. Like the whole thing is, you've been like employee of the day, and you've been given this gift. Like opens it, there's nothing in it apart from bubble wrap, and that's when the doctor figures out that because what's the thing that all the parcels are different, like so they can't all be bombs. So what's the one thing that all parcels have? It's bubble wrap, and then like she pops one of the bubble wraps and disintegrates. So like she gets vaporized by the bubble wrap, so it's like explosive. So that's how he's done it, so that when people open it and get killed by the Kerblam deliveries, they'll won't trust the automated system and then give more people jobs. But then, because obviously it's someone that he cared about, because Ryan figures it all out, he says like, you knew something was going to happen to her when she was opening that parcel, and that's when he like basically says like.
So Ryan is like the one who's older. He's the one
who's like sort of puts two and two together, but that like, and then adding it to the doctor saying, what does everything have? It's bubble wrap. And so because there's power fluctuations and like loss of power constantly throughout it, like the episode, and they're like wondering where that's going. Turns out that he's been storing loads of the delivery robots, like at the bottom, like so, like draining the power and storing it because they use energy to teleport. So for them all to be teleported at once, so then it all happens at once because there's been complaints that our deliveries aren't all on time, which. Well, then they don't trust the system, and then when it does turn up, then get killed. So they'll be like, "Oh, we don't trust robots," and that. Okay. So that's his plan, which it makes sense in points, but it's sort of these people don't have to die. No, there's other ways you can go about it. Other ways, kind of come back forward.
That's with every villain. It's always our plans make sense, and when you think about it logically, like, no, there's always some sort of logic.
Does that feel like a sort of okay? Because it feels like when you watch it, you get sort of like, oh, it's different from what I thought it was going to be.
Oh yeah. I just wasn't expecting a whole plot summary.
No, I was going to go for it because I'm doing it for the audience.
Yeah.
Because these people have seen it.
I forget I'm not the audience.
By the time this is out, you'll have watched it anyway.
True. Yeah, and then I'll think, George, why did you tell me everything?
Well, I'm going to do it because we have to. We have to be professional. Because you'll see, especially going into it with that watch, knowing that stuff, you'll see there is sort of like subtle little, which I'm not going to tell you about, there's subtle little things which do point you towards Charlie from the beginning. Yeah. Like things that happen, incidents with certain robots and certain things, and where people were going in the system when they arrived. That's all I'll say on that, because I don't want to ruin that for you. But
no.
It's a hell of a fun story. And then the Doctor uses, because there's a prototype of the original droid called Twirly. So basically there's like artifacts in the company about like their beginnings and that, like the first delivery droid, and uses that like old code and like hacking and that. Uses that to change the delivery address for all of those parcels because he's using the energy to teleport them. Changes that to the exact same location and tells them all to open the parcels and pop all the bubble wrap. So then obviously there's going to be a massive explosion. She gives Charlie a chance to sort of redeem himself and come with them before she teleports them back upstairs. And he doesn't. He dies with all the robots. They all explode. So she does give him a chance to.
Yeah, that feels very like Eccleston and Tennant. Where they come with me.
Like, you know, you can. This isn't.
There's always another way.
Yeah, there's always another way. There's always that thing. But that doesn't happen, and then there's sort of like the Russell-y sort of clean up of like, you know, like and jokes about paperwork and stuff and like stuff to do, and then they say they're going to put the workforce up to maybe we'll get up to like they'll have like 50% because like so in a way Charlie gets what he wants, but it's sort of the way they get there isn't clear. So that's the only problems I have is sort of the rounding up of the plot of this episode. But apart from that, it was fun. It was enjoyable. It was sci-fi. It was a lot of fun. Like Graham is a hell of a lot of fun on his own as much as he is.
Did Yaz do anything?
Oh yeah, because obviously she knew Lee, Mac's character Dan, so she worked with him, and there's a lot of almost like things that he's saying that it's like your girl's sick and dies. Like I splash out using my bonus to go and visit my daughter like twice a year. Blah blah blah. She gave me this locket that will be here long after I've gone, made out of this indestructible metal, and like it says that on it, which is a sweet moment at the end because she finds the locket when obviously he goes missing. Turns out he was disintegrated as well. Jesus, can't stop. And then at the end is like this, Yaz going, "Come on, stop it." Yeah, like the end is like. Jazz goes, I want to deliver this to his daughter and tell her how much he loves her and that, which is like that's the only sort of thing. That's the only sort of thing that she does. Apart from that, not a lot. Jodie's very good. Bradley Walsh is very good. Tosin is very good as Ryan. Tosin.
Oh yeah, Tosin Cole. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah,
it's right. Forgive you. And apart from that cringy, like high five Charlie, and then he falls off. And the fact that he keeps going on about, like, instead of saying his name now, it's like, oh, I haven't mentioned that I have dyspraxia in about 4 weeks. Maybe I should.
My name's Ryan Dyspraxia.
Yeah, because he doesn't mention it in Demons. He doesn't.
No,
it's sort of mentioned in Rosa. It's not really mentioned in Arachnids.
No.
Or Serenga Conundrum.
No.
But next week is the Witchfinders.
Yeah, because I read today.
King James I.
I read today they kind of revealed a bit about the next episode.
What did they reveal? Was it plot-wise?
I didn't read it, but I mean,
good. Well, don't read it. It's fine. We'll wait.
Oh no, I won't. I'll read it, telling you what it is. But if it is the plot, I'm not going to tell you the plot.
Okay, go.
Sorry, I'll just put Doctor Who.
This episode, I'd probably give a 7.5, maybe. It's not quite 8. It's good. It's enjoyable, but it's not. Amazing.
These Doctor Who fans will never look at Bubble Wrap the same way.
Exactly. Bubble Wrap is now the villain after, Ark in Space, when they were made of Bubble Wrap. Now Bubble Wrap can kill. Yeah, Witchfinders, Salem Witch Trials with Alan Cumming as James I. I'm up for that. You know that the Doctor's going to be accused of being a witch.
Definitely the witch.
Which is the nice way to put her under pressure with the gender change, because normally she's always the white man that's in control. Now she's out of her depth.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. It looks to be that sort of Rosa level story, but I thought that was going to happen with Demons, and we got a bit of an unfocused story with that one. So, I mean, I won't hold my breath. I'll just wait for it and be excited and not watch it on Christmas because it's not on.
Yeah.
We rambled on a lot.
Well, yeah.
This week. This is definitely episode where we're gonna have to.
Damn.
Gonna have to pre-record next week.
We're gonna have to cut the length. To do deleted scenes.
Yeah, we should have a bloopers reel at the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
It's just Matt going start and then we'll do it in memorial, like the Oscars. Like let's look at the people that Pasty Sheep lost in 2018. It's just Matt with some sad music. Like you can play the piano and just be like, just Matt's pictures, like in still frame and black and white.
Yeah.
Just end in like.
You will be.
I hope he's listening.
In remembrance.
In remembrance of the Daleks. I hope he's listening. Whenever you're back, buddy, you know.
We'll say hello.
Yeah, say hello. Hello there, Matty. Yes.
What if he comes back and he's just well versed in Doctor Who all of a sudden? Like, what if he still somehow watches this?
Maybe it's it's all a hoax. He's actually taken this time off to watch Doctor Who, and then he will come back well versed and ready for more. Especially when he'll be ready to reverse
polarities. He'll be ready to give jelly babies.
Well, like I said, after Christmas, when I can get the sofa in here, the second mic, and we're really gonna start.
We'll really get some jelly babies in here.
We'll really get some jelly babies going. I have no idea what this episode's gonna be called, but episode 20, man.
George spoils episode 7.
I mean, 6 more weeks, and then it's like that's half a year.
Yeah, I mean,
insane.
We'll be in series 2 then. I mean,
we're not gonna do seasons. We're just gonna carry it on.
No, I know.
I mean, they're gonna be different playlists. I'm just not gonna YouTube and with season 1 episode what because I can't be arsed.
Well, you're just going to do 2018, 2019,
yeah,
2020.
That's what I'm going to do. Because I was debating doing like the first, like doing each year's worth of weeks, like as a season. So like episode 1 to 52 is like a season. And then I was like, I really can't be asked. I'm going to forget, so I'll just do them by year. Whenever you listen to us next, because we're going to have to start pre-recordings, like Christmas week one, we're definitely going to have to pre-record. I think the next couple of weeks we should be all right with doing them on time. Just a couple over Christmas because it's going to be hard for us to
maintain,
get together and
composure.
Yeah, unless we do have a Skype, and I can't be fucked for that.
I mean, I've got like a Skype account, but then I've got other passwords and other accounts and shit. Yeah, Skype.
Plus, then you would have to record your own audio and then send it to me, and I can't be asked. So we'll try and we'll be back to normal. So we're in normality at the moment. I think next week we're going to try and record the Christmas week one. Where we will talk about our favourite Christmas. We're going to start doing features and actually plan stuff.
Features?
Like back with the Pixar World Cup all those years ago. We're going to do our favourite Christmas film. So I want you to come...
And do some Christmas
I want you
stuff.
to come next week. 4 weeks for the audience, but next week for us.
Shh,
don't tell anyone. With your favourite Christmas films. You guys have any? Talk about Christmas, whatever you want.
Please don't send us some Halloween stuff. That's over.
That's over. You've missed that.
Doesn't count.
Anything you want to say about games, TV, film, Christmas coming up. Anything you want to say, send it to nerdbubblecontact@gmail.com for the email. The social media links are @PastySheep. We've got Facebook. We've got Twitter. We've got Instagram. We've got a Twitch that we will start using next year. I promise. It's just hard. It's hard for me to pay for everything. First thing's an external hard drive because I'm running out of space with all this. But then the episodes are out on time, so that's the main thing. We're getting back.
You mean for the Xbox or for that?
For that, no, because I need one for that because obviously it's filling up with. Because I've got the audio file and then I have to then export it again once I put it in Premiere, and then I have to keep all the pictures just in case. Because then if I delete off that, it deletes off the Premiere project.
And it deletes off the video.
Not off the video, but because that will be just a separate exported thing.
Okay, yeah.
But I've learned how to do everything now. Everything's pre-set, which is great. So I just drop the title card in. I have to get a different picture and change the episode number, and that's mainly it. So we're getting there.
Yeah, it's something. Like,
slowly but surely. 2019 is the year we're going to hit it hard. Hopefully we get over 100 in 2019. 100 subscribers. That's the goal. We're going to say that now. If you're listening to this. December 23rd, December 31st, 2019,
100 subscribers.
And we're not on 100 subscribers. You can write to us and complain.
Otherwise, we'll complain for you.
Yeah, we'll complain to ourselves. But I have been the one who started it all.
All right. Yeah. Don't rub it in.
and you are my apprentice. I have been the Darth Sidious of this podcast. You have been
the Darth.
You've been Vader. You weren't my first apprentice. My first apprentice is dead. Count Dooku's dead.
Yeah.
You are the Anakin Skywalker / Vader to my Sidious.
I'll take that as a compliment.
We should.
I
mean, we've managed to somehow, even though we didn't plan this episode, link everything in nicely, sort of.
Yeah.
and ramble on about buying Doctor Who on Amazon for about 30 minutes. So we're sorry, people, but there's big month of films. We got Crimes of Grindelwald's out. We need to see that, whether it be good or bad.
Who knows?
Creed 2 is coming out. Aquaman.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
What are we seeing out of all of them?
I think we need to see all of them. I need to get my Cineworld Unlimited card just so I can stop paying for this.
Definitely.
So we've got that's at least 4 that I can think of. I know that there's more because December's a bit of a heavy month, and obviously stuff
with
that's
work.
And just have a quick check before we leave you because I keep like Lord of the Rings. I don't want to end.
No, well,
I
do need to get into Lord of the Rings properly.
Yeah, Spider-Man, Aquaman, Robin Hood's out now. Yeah, we talked about that. I mean, I want to see that just. I'm lukewarm on it just because it's going to be Like, did you see King Arthur? Legend of the Sword.
I heard about
original. That is shite.
I heard it was shit. Yeah, I heard it was shit.
So Robin Hood, Spider-Man, Aquaman, Creed, loads of stuff.
See, Creed I know will be great.
Creed, that's amazing. So join us next week when hopefully we've seen one of those films.
Yeah.
Probably Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah.
I'll have definitely seen that by next week. Will you have seen that?
I'm seeing it tomorrow.
You're seeing it tomorrow. Well, I'll make sure I see it and then we'll give... Should we make next week a Harry Potter episode?
Can we?
We can.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been George. That's been Connor.
Yeah.
See you next week. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow
Share.
us. And
subscribe.
Listen with your ears and your eyes and your tongue.
Help us out. We help you out.
You're talking to me or them?
I was pointing at the computer, so I mean.
Ooh. Goodbye, my dears.
Bye.